Hey, how you doing there? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and today I want to welcome you to this blues guitar lesson. So today I'm going to be talking about what's called in blues and in music in general, call and response. Okay, so this is a question from my friend Steve. Shout out to you, Steve, who is a member of Super Simple Guitar, and Steve was asking me about call and response. What is call and response? And how to kind of develop it and what kind of goes into it, okay? So what call and response means basically is that you are playing with another musician or musicians, and you take turns playing music and kind of talking to each other, right, musically. So music is a language, right? And once you have developed playing scales and learning the language of music enough, you really can have a musical conversation with other musicians, okay? What's important with call and response is not just what you play, but also you just shutting up and listening to what the other musicians are playing, right? It's really about saying something, listening. Then saying something again, listening, right? Call and response. It's a two-way street. Or if there's more musicians, more-way street, right? But I'm going to be talking about just two-way, right? So you and another musician. So how do you develop call and response? What's kind of involved? And how can you do this, right? So you are going to have to know the pentatonic scale at least, and you're going to have a basic feeling for the blues, right? Because we're going to use the blues to develop this, okay? So if you are a member of Super Simple Guitar, I have blues backing tracks in there, and I also have the rock masterclass where I teach you licks and phrases, and there's backing tracks and everything in there, okay? So you guys, if you're members, you can go watch that. If you're not a member yet, then you can click the link under this video, and you can get a free 30-day trial to Super Simple Guitar, where I teach you the pentatonic scale, I give you backing tracks, I explain how the blues structure works so that you know how all these things work. And I also teach you basic licks so that you can start doing these things, all right? So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. I'm gonna talk about a lot of this in this video, of course, but it's just so much that I can't possibly give you all the resources in one video, right? Okay, so if you don't know the pentatonic, check that out. So you're going to have to know the pentatonic, you're going to have to know the basic blues structure, and you're going to have kind of a basic ability to, you know, like have a basic technique ability, right? So you can play the pentatonic and you know how to play those notes, right? Okay, so once you've got that down, you are going to have to start thinking in terms of phrases, okay? So with blues, more than any other music, you are playing in phrases the whole time. So let me give you an example of what a phrase would be. So a phrase would be kind of, right? So that was a phrase. Think about the way you speak. You don't just talk blah, 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 or you don't play the guitar. That would be really boring to listen to. If I just play three notes and I phrase them, it's much, much more powerful than if I'm going. Even if I'm fast and I play clean, like that's not music, right? So you want to think in terms of phrases. So again, another example would just be just two notes. Right? So that wasn't, it was, bam, bam. right? And then there's pauses in between. The same as when you speak, you take breaks, you take a breath. You don't just speak, right? So that's what we want to develop with call and response, right? We want to put a phrase out there. Then we want to listen to what the other musician kind of throws back to us. And then we want to play something back to them, okay? So as I was saying, you're going to have to know at least the first shape of the pentatonic to be able to do this, because you have to know where the notes are, right? And you have to understand what key you're playing in and so on. Again, I teach all of this in my courses in Super Simple Guitar if you don't know that already, okay? And you, Steve, you have access to that. So you're going to want to know at least the first shape, and then you're going to want to just experiment with playing phrases. So just take 2 notes here. So I'm on the 8th fret 2nd string and the 5th fret 2nd string. Okay, now I'm going to put the backing track on, and I'm going to show you some more phrases playing to the backing track so you can kind of hear how much music you can get out of just 2 notes. All right, so check this out. All right, so check it out. Turn down a little bit. That was a phrase. See, I'm taking a break. You could do a little bend. Let's do the same thing with the bend. You could even bend this note. Slightly. Okay? So what I want you to see there is that I'm making these little phrases just using 2 notes, right? And I want you to experiment with doing that. And then, of course, once you kind of got the concept of playing phrases, you can add in more notes, right? So what I want you to do is get a blues backing track and then practice making up small little phrases of your own. And remember, just short and sweet little bundles of notes, okay? And then when you're playing with another guitar player, you play one of those, they play one of those. You play one of those, and then you're going to want to listen. If they go, and then they stop, then you might end it off with, right? So they made the first little phrase, right? And now you're going to hear, wow, that sounded cool. And then you're going to end it off, right? Another thing that you could try to do would be to mimic what they're playing, right? So the way you develop that, the way I developed that, is I listened to a lot of blues, and I constantly was trying to play by ear and mimic what the other guitar player was playing, okay? So it's definitely a lot of work, but it definitely can be developed, right? And then the more you do that, the better your ability to play by ear gets, and the easier it gets, okay? So in a nutshell, you're going to have to know at least the first pentatonic shape pretty well. You're going to have to know the blues structure pretty well, so that one of you, or if you're playing with 3 people, so that one can be playing the blues structure, and then the other 2 of you guys can be switching licks with each other. So pentatonic, understanding the blues, and then just come up with small phrases of your own, okay? So play the backing tracks, try to play phrases, and then meet with another guitar player, and then see if you can kind of switch off and play phrases with each other, okay? All right, so what I want to end this video with now is one of the best shows that I've ever seen of this happening, and that is the late, great Gary Moore and B.B. King. The 2 of those doing a blues and a call and response. That's how I'm going to end this video. And I want you to really watch them a couple of times to see how they sometimes mimic what the other one is playing and how sometimes they are having a conversation with each other, right? This is the best example of call and response that I have ever seen, okay? So watch it a couple of times, see what they're doing, master your pentatonic, at least the first shape. Of course, once you master the first shape, move on to the second shape, and so on. You want to master the entire fretboard eventually, but if you can only play the first shape, there's plenty of music to be pulled out of that, okay? All right, I hope I didn't rant on too much in this lesson. I hope this all makes sense. Let me know, Steve and everybody else who's watching this. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And definitely check out BB King and Gary Moore. They're coming up right now. All right, I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks for watching this one. Bye-bye. All right, so I'm editing the video. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I haven't even taken a shower yet. And look at what YouTube and Facebook did to my video. I wanted to share it with you guys. Look what they did. You can't hear anything. I can't even share a video of two guys playing licks without it being muted out or blocked by YouTube. So, I guess as a guitar player, you know you made it when YouTube and Facebook block licks that you play because of copyright. So, what you guys are going to have to do is just type into YouTube Gary Moore and BB King, and The Thrill Is Gone, and the video will come up, okay? It's like the first video in YouTube. So go to YouTube now and watch it there. I'm sorry I can't show you the video in this video. All right, see you later. Oh man, I miss those guys. Thanks for checking out this lesson. Now that you're still here, don't forget to subscribe right there where my finger is. Just hit that button, click on it if you haven't so far. And over here, you can see more videos to watch. All right, thanks for watching again. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you very soon.